I'm Jayus. I'm very loud, and I'm gonna tell you 3 facts about some random topic that I find interesting, and you're gonna like it. So the reason that I'm always talking into a mirror is because I think I look absolutely disgusting on the front camera. It's too close. The last time I had a different hairstyle than this was in like the 4th grade. I wanted bangs apparently, and they just grew out and I picked this side. And I've never changed it because I don't think I'd recognize myself with any other haircut. I like to do random things for each fact, like quickly swiping into frame, running into the room, sliding on the floor, hold random props, stand on counters, walk into frame in a carrot costume, just to hold your attention because anything else really just bores me. Kick, dash, slide. Really weird human body facts that I can guarantee you didn't know. About a minute before you even start exercising, your heart rate will actually involuntarily increase in anticipation. You know, if you actually exercised. The smell of rain is caused by a bacteria called geosemin, and the human nose is extremely sensitive to it. Like, we can smell rain better than sharks can smell blood. The average boner uses about 2 tablespoons of blood to become erect. About the same amount of blood that's inside of a gerbil. So guys, you're welcome. Next time you have a boner, you're gonna think of a gerbil and probably lose it. Or not, depending on what you're into. So as you get older, your hearing progressively gets worse and worse, and there's no way to reverse it or even fix it. So it's really important that you take care of your hearing. And that means lowering the volume when you listen to music or even wearing earplugs at concerts. And for those who are interested, there's actually a way to test how old your ears are, kind of just to see where you're at right now. You just need to look up e-chalk hearing test and click that first result. So I start the test, and you press the button when you can't hear it anymore. Can you still hear it? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. It's very high pitch.
Yeah.
Very, very high pitch. It's gone. My hearing is 22, so I've taken really good care of my ears, so try it out for yourself. Try it on your parents too. If your dog is ever like hardcore staring at you, they're not just trying to be creepy, it's one of 2 things. They're either trying to get your attention because they want your attention, or they're trying to read your facial expressions to gauge how you're feeling. Your dog might have the habit of humping something or even someone, but most of the time it's not anything sexual, it's just their way of showing dominance. But sometimes it is sexual, so maybe just stop that shit if they're doing it. By far the easiest way to train a new puppy is to have an older mentor dog around that's trained and well behaved, because if you tell that older dog like, hey, sit, and it does it, the puppy is going to have a much easier time understanding what that command means rather than if you were just training it by itself. If you were able to travel back in time and kill baby Hitler, you wouldn't be seen as a hero or get any credit. You would just be that guy that killed a baby. If you think of sugar like you do cocaine, you would know that 46 grams of sugar is way too much to put inside a can of Mountain Dew. Generation Alpha, who's growing up on iPads and tablets, are going to have the same exact internet addiction that we do, but without all the computer skills. The word okay is a fake word. In the 1830s, it was like a big joke to misspell words on purpose because, you know, they had like the best sense of humor. The most famous of which was all correct, which turned into oral correct, which turned into okay. Which means that the word okay is just the wrong way to spell the misspelled abbreviation. So I hope from now on, whenever you say okay, that you just remember you're saying all correct, which sounds ridiculous. Hey babe, you want to go to the store with me?
All correct.
So the smarter you get, the more you actually start to doubt yourself. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and this is the exact reason why the dumbest people are always the most confident. Sarcasm has been proven to strengthen the right side of your mind, responsible for controlling creative thoughts. It's also a sign of a healthy and intelligent mind. Your brain has a specific area entirely dedicated to recognizing human faces. That's why all animals of certain species look virtually identical to us, but we're able to distinguish between some pretty similar looking people. And if you damage this part of your brain, it actually can lead to something called face blindness, which is exactly how it sounds. Did you know that your birth month can actually have an effect on which career path you choose? January babies have this mindset that they're natural born leaders, so they tend to do well in jobs where they're in charge or have high prestige, the most popular of which are general practitioners and debt collectors. People born in February are creative and unconventional, which means that they have a hard time with that 9-to-5 job, which is why a surprisingly high amount of you guys become artists. But if you're born in February and you're not that artistic, you could become a traffic cop. There's a lot of you guys. It's a little weird. March babies do best when they have a career that can entertain people. This is why a lot of you guys become musicians. But you also have the highest number of airplane pilots. Maybe it's the intercom and the cheesy jokes before the flight. Where are my April babies at? I fucking love you guys. We are the most ambitious and career driven. We're the actual natural born leaders. Even though we have the most alcoholics, we have the most politicians, and we tend to do well in whatever the fuck we choose. I ran out of time, so like and follow for a part 2. Did you know that your birth month can actually have an effect on which career path you choose? May babies, you guys are intelligent and logical most of the time, which means that you want a job that requires a lot of management skills. The most popular for your month are politicians, scientists, and business people. People born in June are the visionaries. They're imaginative and creative, and they want to make the world around them a better place, which is why you guys have the most CEOs and Nobel Prize winners. People born in July, while intelligent, tend to work better with their hands, which is why the most common career choices for you guys are bricklayers, train conductors, and artists. August babies thrive in environments where they're moving fast and working hard, which is why you guys also ranked really high in bricklayers, but also President of the United States. And I ran out of time again, so be sure to like and follow for part 3 and let me know, when's your birthday and what do you want to be when you grow up?
My parents, like all other parents, had 9 months to decide on a name for me, but mine were like, nah. So 5 days after I was born, I still didn't have a name. They just called me baby girl. They're like, yeah, this is our daughter, baby girl, baby girl. My mom wanted to name me Katie, and my dad wanted to name me Electra. Electra, after the fucking comic book character! My mom said no to that because we lived in Vegas, and at the time there was a very popular stripper named Electra. Kinda sounds cool though. They could not decide on anything, and then somebody mentioned Isabella, and they're like, that! We like that! For those of you who still think my name is Jayus, it's not. It's Bella.
Did you know that your birth month can actually have an effect on which career path you choose? Kids born in September tend to be the most organized, intelligent, and have the highest grades out of everybody else. This is probably why your month has the most bankers, accountants, and marketing experts. If you were born in October, apparently politics is your calling, which is a little boring, but it's cool to see that you want to make the world a better place. I hope. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is just because you guys were born in the same month as Thanksgiving, but research shows that November babies are the most empathetic and wanting to give back, which means that you'd be really good professors and teachers. But research also shows that November has the most serial killers, so like, maybe don't? December has the most dentists, you teeth-loving freaks. Also sales and marketing. There are so many things that I should probably know, but I just don't understand. Like, what the fuck is dust? How can something sit there, do nothing, and still get dirty? Records! How the fuck can this piece of wax with tiny grooves on it getting dragged across with the needle produce beautiful music? Also, this one glows in the fucking dark. I don't know how this works either. I also don't know what an acre is. Like, I went to a high school where people were like, yep, my parents just bought 16 acres worth of walnut trees, and I'd be like, wow. Walnuts grow on trees? In the past 2 days, I've probably gotten like an hour and a half of sleep, so in honor of that, here are some facts about sleep deprivation. Did you know that lack of sleep is actually one of the biggest causes of car accidents? I have to drive like 6 hours today. Shit. Well, buy a coffee and don't die. Oh boy, okay. Did you know that like no sleep can actually make you like, forgetful? What? Forgetful! Maybe, I don't fucking know. Oh my fucking god, you're gonna die. Did you know that sleep deprivation actually can lower your sex drive? What? No, I'm going to see my girlfriend. That's what the 6-hour drive is for. Well, if you make it there alive, you are for sure not getting laid. You're just gonna want to pass out. Well, does sleepiness cause you to talk to yourself like I'm doing right now? Nah, bitch, I think you're just fucking crazy. Society norms that nobody talks about, but are pretty fucking weird. Really tall buildings, hotels, and planes, just skip the number 13. Like, you'll go from floor 12 to floor 14 because of some weird superstition. Like, adults do this. The moment you're near sand or water, you're just, like, allowed to be half naked. Like, it's really weird when somebody's fully clothed at, like, a pool or something, but the moment you're not near a pool or the beach and you're half naked, it's looked down upon and sometimes illegal. Whenever we see somebody that we kind of know in public, we just don't acknowledge them. We have to act like we don't know who they are. We just like, This is the drunk hotel version of weird human body facts that I can guarantee you didn't know. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has a unique smell, except for identical twins. They smell the same. You'll actually die sooner from lack of sleep than you will starvation. So my fellow insomniacs out there, take some melatonin, get some sleep. Your body gives off so much heat that in about 30 minutes, you'd be able to boil half a gallon of water. You're fucking hot.
I just had the weirdest high school memory get pulled out of my brain. Like, I forgot it was there, and now it's here, so we're gonna talk about it. So junior year, I started dating this girl who was still in the closet, okay? And it's only been a week. We haven't really told anybody, and we definitely don't want her parents to find out, who worked at the school, by the way, so like, it was a big secret. We're gonna call this girlfriend L, by the way. So one day, I get called into the vice principal's office. I don't know what's going on, but he sits me down, he looks me in the eyes, and he's like, so what's your relationship with L? What? I'm panicking because I can't be like, oh yeah, that's my girlfriend, so I'm just like, we're best friends? Interesting, because I've heard some rumors. What are you talking about? This fucking man looked at me and said, we've heard a lot of rumors saying that you're starting rumors about L being pregnant. What the fuck? It's been 6 years and I have no clue who the fuck made that up.
Welcome to Closet Talk, the shitty closet TikTok show where I talk about things that probably should have stayed in the closet. On today's episode, we're talking about awkward shit that everybody's experienced, but nobody wants to talk about. Does anybody actually like being sung to happy birthday? Because it's always made me uncomfortable just having my entire family like, happy birthday to you! You don't even know if you get to sing along or not, if you just have to sit there like... You know that like couple seconds at the end of a Zoom meeting where everybody's already said bye, but like nobody's hung up yet, but they're going to, but it's just like that awkward silence. Fuck that. Don't get me wrong, I love bowling, but you know that feeling after you bowl and you watch the pins get knocked down and you have to turn around and walk back? Yeah, I hate that feeling. Dolphins scare me. They are literally the humans of the sea, and humans, we're awful. You don't believe me. Did you know that dolphins can stay awake for 5 days straight and not lose like any mental capacity like we do? That's terrifying. Dolphins will hump anything that moves and they'll rape you. Like, this has happened before. Dolphins have raped humans before and they're littered with STDs. You don't want that shit. Dolphins hate babies, like not even other species babies, but their own dolphin babies. Male babies have been known to just kill dolphin babies and then rape the mom to make more babies, which they sometimes kill. Dolphins also just fuck with other species for fun. Like, they'll just beat the fuck out of a pufferfish until it releases its poison, and then they get high off of it. And then there's humans, we're like at the beach or something, we see dolphins, we're like, oh my god, dolphins, they're monsters!